Welcome. You have reached review time with Imperial. 25 days to Christmas. Day 12. Movie review on Daddy's Home 2. Let's get into it. So, you have Mark Wahlberg, Will Ferrell, Mel Gibson, John Lithgow, John Cena, and Linda Cardellini. The majority of the cast came back from part one, but Mel Gibson and John Lithgow is the new parts of the cast. John Cena pretty much showed up at the end of Daddy's Home Part 1. Now, and if you was a fan of Daddy's Home Part 1, you seen where it was the typical mom and husband split apart. The previous husband doesn't like the new husband, and he gives them a lot of flack. By the end of the movie, they developed a bond, respect, friendship, that this was going to be the new man in his kid's life, and had to accept it. So now you start off in part 2. It's around Christmas time, and it just gets right into how the relationship has bonded. Dusty, which is Mark Wahlberg, and Brad, which is Will Ferrell, it shows how their relationship in being a stepfather and being the actual dad, how they are all getting along. And there is a Christmas, and at the Christmas ceremony, the daughter, she basically gets on the stage and said she doesn't really like Christmas because pretty much they have to have 2 Christmases, and doesn't feel like Christmas because it's split apart. Now, she likes the gifts, but she pretty much want to be in one household. So that was a reflection on the parents. So meanwhile, you had both grandfathers from both sides flying in for Christmas. And you have Mel Gibson, who shows up as Dusty's, his name is Kurt Mayron, and he shows up as Dusty's father, and he's, extra cool and like a macho type man. And then you have Brad's father show up, who's just a over loving father. So they the 2 characters, Brad and his father's name is Jonah Whitaker, which is John Lithgow. They kiss each other in the mouth, and they're real, like, affectionate, loving. And so let the games begin from there. So you got Mel Gibson over there looking at them like these pansies, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are the people you have around your children. And, you got Dusty, he's been accepting to this, being a changed man on the way he was brought up. And so, that's pretty much Mel Gibson. The whole movie is pretty much putting that out there, like, y'all not being like manly men or whatever, especially when it comes to the boy. So they decide that we're gonna spend Christmas together, and Kurt whips out a Airbnb and rents out a cabin out somewhere where it's a bunch of snow and stuff. So let the games begin. So it's all a whole bunch of different punchline jokes, some standouts, old school people. And it's, when you think about this scene, it's kind of real. Like, kids normally don't touch the thermostat in the house. It's like an unspoken rule. Kids normally don't touch the thermostat. So they're in the cabin, and they all wake up in the middle of the night, and it's extremely hot. Somebody put the thermostat on 85, and that's extremely hot. And they're wondering who did that, and they're asking each other, like, would you do that? And they come to find out it's Dusty's wife's daughter, and she does it so nonchalantly. So they question her, like, yo, what you doing touching the thermostat? And she pretty much like, well, I do it at my house all the time. So when Dusty comes up, they approach Dusty like, yo, what is going on? Like, you got to have rules and boundaries. Like, kids don't touch the excuse me. Kids don't touch the thermostat. And so Dusty really lets her get away with a lot of stuff because he, that's not his child, and she looks at him like, well, you're not my dad. And so he kind of like caters to her, like to try to befriend her, but in that same sentence, it's allowing her to get away with a lot of different stuff. So some boundaries got to be given with that, and really situations like that, the mom has to step in and for situations like that. So that was a funny scene. And then you got the scene of the son liking girls, and they're all trying to give him some advice on the matter. So overall, it's a funny movie. It's a good, fun movie for all ages. Good family movie. You'll enjoy it. John Cena comes in, and him and Dusty go at it a little bit. But then by the end of the movie, it was a big snowstorm, and they all end up getting stuck in the movie theater. And it's just a big fun scene about laughing and joking, and it was a good fun scene. Everybody's singing the Christmas song. So overall, it's a good movie to watch. I think it's a fan favorite. You'll enjoy it. Spread the Christmas cheer. Subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Till next time.